Hello, everybody. Continuing with the video on combat mechanics, I want to cover another equally important topic, monsters. After all, it's important to understand not only your own abilities but also those of your enemies. So today, we'll take a look at all the monsters in the game, their attacks, and how to counter them. We'll also create a danger rating list for each monster. Without further ado, let's get started. For convenience, let's divide the monsters into 3 groups. And we'll use this table to evaluate them. Kankrelat is one of the weakest monsters in the game. He doesn't pose much of a problem. Danger level 1 out of 5. At first glance, the Tarantula seems much stronger than the Kankrelat, but it has 2 major drawbacks. At close range, the monster becomes helpless and harmless. While moving, the monster does not fire its lasers. Because of all these drawbacks, the monster poses no real threat. Danger level 1 out of 5. The Creeper is simply an upgraded version of the Tarantula. It attacks with rapid laser blasts. When approached, it deals damage and pushes you away, but overall, it isn't particularly dangerous. Danger level 2 out of 5. The Krab is very strong in close combat, but very weak at a distance, so try to attack it from a distance. Danger level 2 out of 5. The first flying monster in the game. It's very agile, so it can be hard to hit at times. Its poisonous attacks can deal a lot of damage, but only if you stand still. So try to keep moving. And of course, it's best to attack it from a distance. Danger level 2 out of 5. This is probably the first dangerous monster on this list. The ice attack freezes you for a short time, which is a major hindrance in battle. The fire attack, meanwhile, simply deals a huge amount of damage. The main danger of these attacks is that blocking doesn't work against them. If you see a block with these 2 icons in an attack, try to kill it as quickly as possible. These icons indicate that the block has ice and fire attacks. Generally, just try to kill blocks quickly. Otherwise they will hinder you greatly. Danger level 3 out of 5. Megatank deals massive damage and is extremely durable thanks to its armor. Its attacks can briefly stun you, which is very disruptive.
Bruh. Bruh.
Try to take it down as quickly as possible. Danger level 3 out of 5. The Kankride has exactly the same issues as the Tarantula. Up close, it's practically harmless. The only way it differs from the Tarantula is its high movement speed and the fact that it always tries to close in on you, so use melee attacks. Otherwise, it poses no real danger. Danger level 1 out of 5. Mygale is very weak on its own. If I were to rate its attack power, I'd give it a 1 out of 5. But it has a web that allows it to quickly close the distance and severely slow down your movement. It's best to use a melee attack. You shouldn't even try to get close to it. Danger level 2 out of 5. The Scorpion is arguably one of the most annoying monsters in the game. Its sticky spheres often cause the player to fall, which significantly slows down your damage output and movement speed. Also, it shields itself with its claw, temporarily preventing you from dealing damage to it. It's best to take it down as quickly as possible so it doesn't get in your way. Danger level 3 out of 5. In terms of potential danger, it's a solid 4. But there are a few issues. Because of this misunderstanding, I'd like to rate it a 1 out of 5, but it still poses a slight danger in close combat. Since it often stuns, try to land quick attacks and dodge immediately. But overall, I'll rate the danger at 2 out of 5. The Volcanoid is one of my favorite monsters. But unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, it doesn't pose much of a threat. Its jump can be easily countered with a regular jump, and its lava attack with a simple block. The only time it can be dangerous is if you don't manage to block in time. Danger level 2 out of 5. Only because of its massive HP and lava damage. The Mantikor is the complete opposite of the Volcanoid. The latter always tries to run away from us, whereas the former does the exact opposite. It charges straight at us at full speed. Most of its attacks are close range. For example, its stomp. Just like with the Volcanoid, you need to jump to avoid taking damage. However, dealing with the tail movement is much trickier. It releases 3 energy waves that stun, so you either need to dodge them or hold a block, which leads to a temporary status effect. All these attacks slow us down significantly, and combined with his high HP, he becomes a very tough opponent. Danger level 4/5. I'm giving it a 4 only because there's one monster that's far more dangerous than him. Very player hated him. He was nerfed several times, with his health and damage reduced. But no matter what, he remains the strongest monster in the game. The main problem is that we face him either in Challenge 3 or in the final stage of the Red Terror quest, meaning we can only choose between William and Ulrich. All of his attacks are primarily melee, so we're in for a rough time. When you see the red inner icon and William disappears into a cloud of smoke, it means he's about to unleash 4 energy waves that will stun you. The best way to deal with them is to dodge them. But the main way to counter William is to deal quick damage and then dodge. During that split second, he won't have time to hit you, so it's best not to linger near him. And just keep doing that until he dies. Danger level 5 out of 5. The tier list ends up looking something like this. But there is one particularly dangerous unofficial monster. It appears in CLR and is called Ladno.